Hello everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We are going to dive right into your messages and see what we have for Pisces. Please Spirit, for Pisces. What is going on for Pisces? What does Pisces need to know right now for Pisces? All right. Wow. Okay. Wow. Actually these came out like this, so I'm going to put them like that. Okay, Pisces, this is a great energy. I really love it. We are coming into the new moon in Virgo, and there could be something about this moon cycle. You could be waiting for an answer for something or for something to be revealed. This may also be expressing, this is a powerful time to manifest. And what we manifest with the energy of the new moon, is revealed with the energy of the corresponding full moon. So it's actually like more so than specifically like relating to this exact moon, although this would be about your birthday time. Like Virgo is opposite Pisces, right? But more so than anything, it's a reminder that things go through many phases before they're fully revealed, and that things are connected. When we manifest something, we don't see it immediately. We don't experience it immediately. And this is what is the overarching message that I'm getting from this full moon completion card. It's kind of just saying things that you have manifested from that you haven't seen may be coming to a completion, may be being revealed. It's also keeping in mind that what you are manifesting today will be revealed. Like, make sure it's in alignment with you. You know what I mean? This fog veil, there's something here that's confusing, that we don't know, that we want to know, that we haven't really been able to figure out. It may be something that there's mountains here, and then there's fog, and then there's trees. And it seems like there's a lot of obstacles and confusion before we get to the growth energy here. But there is light piercing through the fog. So it's giving me an energy of, things being revealed that have been very confusing. And once they've been revealed, there's this energy of the waterfall, which is, effortless. A waterfall is also an emotional release. It is, letting something that you've been holding tight kind of wash through you. A situation even sometimes where emotions have had to be restricted and held back that can finally be set free. Waterfalls have a lot of force, and they're very beautiful. That is what I'm getting. Then you have this crystal's focus energy. It is giving me, that what we focus on, that's where our energy flows, and that's what we see in our life. And this is wanting to keep that crystal clear is what I'm getting. To stay very, very focused on the outcome that you want, or the like the best possible outcome that you see or that you feel. I'm getting it's like energetic, and it's aligning more with your feelings. So if you're feeling like things are not working out for you, and you're feeling heavy energy, and you're really focused on that, this is an opportunity. This is Spirit saying to you, hey, remember, you're aligning with that energy. Is that the energy you want to align with? Because that is your choice. All right. It's not to say that bad things don't sometimes happen, or that, things don't get messed up, or that wires don't get crossed. But if you really believe and you hold fast to that belief, things do get better. They do improve. Yeah, heavy emphasis either on purple or amethyst energy. That is the crown chakra. You may be receiving messages, downloads, deep inner knowings, dreams. You may wake up with a certain kind of feeling. Pay attention to all of these things. Yeah, it's interesting that you guys would get this message. I pulled these cards. The cards I'm using today are cards I rarely use, for the exception of the next deck. But and I was like, I don't see how these work together at all, but this is what I was guided to pull, and I was like, this is going to be a busy Motley Crue kind of reading, you know? However, these are very compatible messages that I feel like we're receiving here. I just feel like the universe is saying, hey, Pisces, you know, stay positive, stay focused, stay, you know, keep going. It's giving me a feeling that you're so close. You have this energy. I am the loving universe. I am the loving energy of the universe. Anything I am are the most powerful words that we have. I'm so sorry. This sometimes gets knocked around. I am the living energy of the universe. I am are the most powerful words. So when you say I am the living energy of the universe, you are aligning with love. And you are aligning with the purest, clearest, most powerful kind of love, the divine love, right? And then it says, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Remember how I was just giving you that warning of, you know, remembering that what you focus on, you're bringing about. So is this what we want to focus on? What we're seeing is a result of what, you know, what we're really putting out there. And sometimes we think, well, I'm being positive, or I'm trying to be hopeful, or whatever, you know, but I'm not really seeing that. Well, if you're not really seeing it, kind of reevaluate it. Really get honest with yourself. And, you know, even invite your subconscious, the things that are ready to be released, to let them go. That's something else we do with the full moon, because our subconscious mind really does have a profound impact. And so if our subconscious mind is working against our conscious mind, which you usually know, because there is kind of a heavy feeling, or when you're not paying attention, you go back to being negative very quickly, very easily. That, to me, those are signs that, like, my subconscious mind is sort of sabotaging my conscious mind. So keep that in mind. Take out whatever resonates, right? Wow. Okay. And our next card is, I witness the darkness and call upon the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. I love that. Oh my God, I love that. Sometimes, you know, it's not about false positivity. It isn't. But it's also, and it's not about suppressing the things that, like, our fear. It's about letting our fear come to the light and letting it pass on by. It's about not holding that energy in. It's about releasing it and letting it go. Everything in life is changeable and fleeting. We are the ones that cling to things. And yes, we are the ones that cling to the darkness and cling to our fear and allow our fear to become insurmountable and to really take root and unpack and stay. And we don't, you know, if you don't want that, then, you know, the fastest way to raise your vibration is through gratitude, right? That is the fastest way for us to raise our vibration. So focus on gratitude. Wake up each morning, make a list of 3 things you're grateful for. As you go to bed at night, think of 3 things that you're grateful for that happened during the day. That, just start that as your ritual. It takes 30 seconds and it works. It works rather quickly as well. And then once you start getting in that mindset, you start looking for those things. And when you start looking for those things, you change everything, because what you're focusing on shifts. It shifts to looking for what you're grateful for and the abundance. I'm going to read that card one more time because the print is small. It says, I witness. I am not the darkness. I am the witness. I am the observer. I witness the darkness and call on the light even in our sad times, our dark times, our heavy times, we can always consciously reach out to the universe and say, hey, I need help. You know, show me a little light. I need some light. I witness the darkness and call in the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Whenever we run something through the filter of love and we have compassion for our fear, for ourselves, for our fear, we have understanding for ourselves, for our fear, we take away its power. And then it says, oneness is my true nature. This is an important part of alignment, right? Oneness is alignment, right? We have become so yoked that we are the balance of the light and the dark, you know? We are the balance of masculine and feminine energy. We are love. We are the yoke. We are the thing that binds things and brings them together. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Yes, and through when you're really hyper-focused on fear and fear is getting the best of you or the darkness is getting the best of you, you also have that ripple effect in the world. So we want to always be mindful and conscious of that. All right, guys, here we go. Wow. Cards are just shooting. You're quite close to something, Pisces. And this is about your mentality and what you're feeling and what you're aligning with, what you're resonating with. Wow. I say that and joy flipped over in the deck and stayed in. It was the only card that did that. On the bottom of the deck, you have the energy of reflection. You have guilt coming out in reverse, passion coming out in reverse. Wow. So, wow, oh my God, gratitude, heavy emphasis on gratitude. Okay, so guys, I truly feel this could be you or it could be someone else where, this feels like time wasted or like, maybe I felt something, I didn't express it. Maybe I felt something and I shut it down. Maybe I felt something and I ran from it. Maybe I felt passion, but I let fear take hold and be my voice. This is something where I really wanted something and I didn't go after it. It's kind of giving me the passion in reverse is giving me like the King of Wands in reverse, which for me is very much like I know what I want, but I'm not going after it. And there's a lot of guilt associated with that. There's a lot of, man, things could be different. Maybe I even hurt someone because I didn't do that. And this could be your energy. It could also be someone else's energy in your energy, I don't know if this is your energy, Pisces, or if this is the beginning of their transition or transformation here. And sometimes it can be your energy that affects their energy. If you are in an energy, if someone is in a hole and they're feeling guilty that they didn't go after what they really wanted, and what they really wanted is moving forward, this is giving me a very ethereal energy. Like they're focusing on what they do have, not on what they lost, and not on their regrets, or not on, it's also with the freedom energy, it's kind of like the freedom that you get when you leave it all on the table, when you are very clear and you don't have any regrets, this is full of regret. So there's kind of this energy of, maybe one person said what they needed to say, was very true to themselves, was very aligned with themselves, has nothing to regret, doesn't feel guilty about anything. They just feel really positive, because it's not that they're not sad or it's not that they don't feel a loss, but there is a certain freedom that comes with, I did everything I could and I can't do anything more than that. I said everything I could. I pushed myself to open as much as I could. I was as vulnerable as I could. you know what I mean? It's like I gave it everything that I had. And there is a sense of gratitude that comes from that, where it's like, I'm so grateful to be sitting here like this now, because even though it hurts, and even though I have moments of weakness, and even though the darkness visits me, I am much more light than dark here, because I know I gave it everything I have. And if I continue to give life everything that I have, and I continue to be true to myself, and, you know, do everything I can with everything that I am and everything that I have, then I will be happy. I will experience joy. It will all come together. It will all come for me. And there is a certain amount of positivity that comes from that. Again, gratitude leading the way. And it's not just gratitude for I said everything and I did everything. It's gratitude that I am me. It's gratitude for this abundant life that you have. It is gratitude for, you know, everything and anything under the sun. And it may even just start, this energy may start with gratitude, like finding those 3 things in the morning and saying those 3 things at night. And then you may realize, once you start vibrating higher and higher, you may realize, well, hell, it may not have worked out, but I left it all on the table, and I'd rather live with that than the nagging regret that I didn't do everything that I could, or that I didn't say everything that I could, or that I didn't, you know what I mean? That I wasn't open, that I wasn't vulnerable, that I was the right person, but like I messed it up. I fumbled the star, you know what I mean? It's like, I'd rather live with this. So this could be someone's own internal dialogue where they're feeling really crappy because they knew what they wanted, but they didn't go after it, and they're really shifting their mindset here. And as they're shifting their mindset, they're kind of this reflection card is giving me Hangman energy. And if you put that reflection kind of between these 2 spaces, it's like getting a new perspective on the past even. But you know, this could be someone shifting. Like, we can't, guilt and shame and regret are so heavy in energy that we really, as human beings, we don't want to stay there. It doesn't feel good. We don't like it. And so when we find ourselves there, some people will sink. And some people will say, no, you know what? I can't do anything about the past. I did the best I could at the time. Now I see things different. Now I know things different. Now I'm going to do better, you know? And so this can be someone making up their mind to say, now now that I've had this point of reflection, and I've been able to see how what I wanted was right in front of me, and I didn't go after it, and it's left me with this huge regret and this heavy burden. I need to shift that. And I know that if I at least try, if I at least say how I feel, if I at least, you know, go there and do the thing, then I'll be able to live with it. I'll be able to set myself free. I'll be grateful for the opportunity to have freed myself from, you know, I'll never be able to go back and undo what I didn't do or what I did do. But I do have the capacity now in the present moment to do different, and to choose different, and to hope for a different and a better outcome. So the fog may be lifting for someone. They may be starting to see a new way out. The sun shining through the clouds is really connecting with these 3 cards to me. Okay, now a very special deck we're using. It's the Ali Man Tarot, and it's just random cards from different decks. And I love reading this. It's an intuitive treat. And so let's see what this wants to tell us today, shall we? For Pisces, please, Spirit, for Pisces. Oh, wow. How interesting. Okay, I really felt like a card flipped over. Let me just quickly look. I could be wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. All right. We have the 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. We have, wow, the King of Wands and the Comforter, which is the Queen of Pentacles. this person knew what they wanted, and they know what they want. This King of Wands is upright. The Two of Wands is in reverse, and this is like telling me this person made a decision that they regret. They were at the crossroads. They may not have made a decision and let that be their decision, or they may have been afraid to choose what they really wanted at the time, and they may have chosen the easy choice, or the deeply ingrained behavioral pattern choice, you know. But regardless, this person is regretting a choice very clearly. The Comforter and the King of Wands, you know, with the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this is an energy of someone really seeing. I mean, it's called the Comforter. It's not even called the Queen of Pentacles. When I think of Comforter, I think of the big, soft, squishy blanket that I snuggle up in when I fall asleep at night, you know? And, you know, this is, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is who we commit to. And it's who the rabbit, you know, rabbits are a sign of fertility. So it's even like who maybe we even see being the mother of our child, or who is the mother of our child. But it's this energy of who you commit to, you know, that one that nurtures you, loves you, is your soft place to fall, accepts you no matter what. And you know, it's giving me like deserving or earning or something like that. It's like, you know, maybe this person has already given to this King of Wands energy. Maybe this person has already sort of proved this energy to this person. Not that we're ever trying to prove ourselves, and not that it's our job to be any of these things, but it's just, it's like, this is, I'm getting, you know, I think it's like heirloom seeds or something sometimes say on them, like proven winner or something like that. I'm seeing that. It's like a very weird, faint reference for me mentally. I don't know if that matters to any of you. Somebody may be planting seeds, or maybe a farmer, or maybe, I don't know what. Maybe trying to grow something even, I don't know. But like, this is someone who, it's like they've already shown you what having them in your corner can kind of do for you. And it's, yeah, with the King of Wands, it's like, I clearly know this is what I want, and I need to take action toward it. With the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, this could be talking about a reconciliation or some kind of celebration. There may have even been an event or a celebration here, or a coming together. There is dancing in this card, and there are cats in this card. Something there could be, especially like a black and white cat, could be significant. That Queen of Pentacles is the only thing in color here, and that is something for me also. You know, sometimes someone's life is really dull and boring without, yeah, Jesus, without someone else in it. Sorry. So now we have 2 threes. For some of you, there could be, wow, my God, if that is not a clear friggin' message. Woo! When Spirit wants to get through, Spirit is going to get through. Let me tell you, you are going to get a clear message. I don't know, you know, just take what resonates, everyone, okay? With 2 threes here, for some of you, there could have been a third party involved. Sometimes a third party is another person, but sometimes it's also some kind of interference. With 8 of Pentacles here, it could have been work, career, working on myself. You know, it could have been someone feeling not worthy, not good enough. Those things it could be, but it could also be a third party. All right. Then you have this energy of the grief and sorrow way with this. I never used this deck, and I was so called to use this deck, and but like now I get it. Okay. Anyway, this was so, whenever the decks are so weird, like they don't feel like they flow together, the message is always, it's like, and listen to this, you know what I mean? Okay, so anyway, you have this decision that was made where we feel a lot of guilt. We didn't go after what we actually wanted. We weren't brave enough to choose what we wanted. It's led to a lot of hurt. This is the Three of Swords. It's led to suffering. With the Eight of Pentacles clarifying this, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles energy, with the Queen of Pentacles again on the bottom of the deck. This is just, it says supporter of generosity and security. This is a proven winner. I don't know how to actually put that into words, but it's like someone who's already shown up, or someone who has the answers, or someone who is emotionally mature, someone who's nurturing and is supportive and has that to offer and has that to give. And maybe they're the only ones that have offered it. Maybe they're the only ones that have taken care of this King of Wands in this way. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is an attempt to be able to earn or deserve this Queen of Pentacles for this King of Wands. It's like, yeah, I want it, but I wasn't brave enough to go after it. And I made this decision that caused a lot of suffering. And with the Eight of Pentacles, this is this energy of self-mastery, of, okay, well, now I'm going to put the work in. And maybe they're even going to put the work in to prove, yes, I deserve you, to earn you, to keep you, to show you that you are deserving of this, if you're the Queen of Pentacles in this scenario. This person may have blown things up. They may have been very responsible for a tower moment, the falling apart. You guys, seriously, we've gotten the Queen of Pentacles 3 times. And somebody is like, holy crap, this is the person you commit to. But somebody is heavily focused on the qualities of the Queen of Pentacles and how they know who this person is. They know who this person is to them. They messed it up. Wow. They may have blown something up and then stood back and watched. This is giving me like, when how do I even want to say this? If you've ever been around someone that really cannot emotionally process for themselves, and they're hurt and they're scared and they're and they just, their fear, you can almost feel it building, you can almost see it building, and then it's like they have to offload it. They'll blow up the situation, they'll say whatever they have to get away, and then they'll watch the social media. It's like they're almost more focused on the situation after they blow it up than they were before, because before they were so focused on the fear. Now that they've blown it up, they're focused on it and, kind of the fallout and, can I get another chance? What is this person doing? How are they handling it? This is not healthy, right? We need to talk through things. We need to communicate. We need to be able to not blow things up. Life is hard enough. Being intimately involved with someone who's perpetually making life harder isn't feasible. It's not sustainable. Wow, you do have the Knight of Wands with this Awakening card. And it's giving me like, the see how see how both of these images are looking at this tower, at this damage that they've inflicted. This could be someone who's in and out, someone who, you know, one moment they're hot, the next moment they're cold, they show up and then they run. They're having an awakening about this part of themselves or about this behavior. You have that 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles underneath it. It's an energy of, you know, we don't get the fruit the same day we plant the seed. It's, you know, you have to invest. Wow. This is really profound energy. I'm really blown away by these messages. Just the clarity of them even. I mean, the Death card clarifying the awakening and the Knight of Wands. I mean, this is like something that has to change. It has to end here. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep inflicting this damage, suffering and causing suffering. You know, that is not a way to live. And so with that 7 of Pentacles and that 8 of Pentacles and now being clarified by the High Priestess, I have to connect to, I have to work to overcome this lower vibrational aspect of myself and connect to a higher and better source within me. Like, I have to do better than this. I have to put the work in. I have to make progress. I have to work on this day in and day out with the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. On the bottom of the deck, you have this 10 of Wands, and it's called Heavy Burdens Gardens. It is like my life is, you know, I look back on my life and it's all these, you know, it's like all this destruction and chaos. It's like all the things that could have been that weren't because I got angry. Even this red is giving me anger. I got edgy. I couldn't process what I was feeling or dealing with. And so I just blew everything up. And it's like, I cannot keep throwing these grenades at everything, you know? This is all I'm going to have, and this is going to be the legacy that I leave. And I don't want that. And with the High Priestess, there is this opportunity to connect to our higher and better self. And even, you know, with the 7 of Pentacles and the High Priestess, there's kind of this energy of divine timing, like almost even, you know, how do I want to say it? Like having this opportunity present itself at this time, having this realization present itself at this time for a purpose and for a reason, because it's really time for this person to close out this cycle before they do too much damage. But the High Priestess is a 2, guys, and the 2 is always a choice. And so this person has the choice. They can rise up into their higher and better self, into their intuitive self, and listen, you know, to the quieter voice and work, you know, to change the way that they deal with things in life. But they also have the choice to stay the same. And this is divinely timed right now that this person is being presented with this choice again. I think my husband's home. Bhakti's talking. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. We have the Queen of Cups with the 7 of Cups, with the Devil, and with Giuseppe on the bottom of the deck. And Giuseppe says, draw 3 cards from anywhere. If they do not bring you happiness, put them back where you found them and draw 3 more. You may repeat this as many times as you'd like. If any other players are looking or feeling left out, share some with them. And, you know, for some of you, I'm going to say for some of you, I'm getting this, there may be a child involved that is very uplifting, or that is, you know, it's like when I spend time with this person, everything seems so simple. You know, everything seems so easy. Like, oh, you know, you just keep doing it until you like what you have or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's giving me like a very light-hearted, childlike energy. The Queen of Pentacles could have this energy, or it could be like an actual child. But it's also giving me this vibe of the goal to life is happiness. It's not survival, and it's not escaping our burdens and creating more and then running from them. You know, and cultivating true happiness and putting the work and the effort in is much more satisfying than blowing things up and being destructive all over the place and then having to sit with the guilt. Now, different emotions release different chemicals in our brains, and so a lot of times when we have really grown up in a very toxic environment, or we have kind of been in a toxic pattern for a long time, we sort of get used to the guilt and we get used to the burdens, and when we don't feel that, we feel like something is wrong. That can be part of it. The other thing is that a majority of people are really afraid of being happy. It just means that the shoe is going to drop, that I'm only being lifted up higher in order to be let down lower. You know, I can handle things when they don't change or when they stay stagnant, but if I have any upliftment, then all it does mean is that eventually that will subside into something that I don't want. You know, and so it's almost like, I don't know, in literary terms, we would call it like a foil. There is something that exposes, there's a brightness that exposes a darkness. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, we get locked in relationships like that, like anxious and avoidant attachment styles. They tend to find each other. Narcissists and codependent people tend to find each other. They're opposites that really highlight the other's, you know, opportunities, I'll call it. That may be part of what's at play here. This Queen of Cups, this is actually, you know, showing her as being radioactive. This is the symbol for radioactiveness. And there are these like bombs here. And with the Seven of Cups, the fear is that someone who seems very loving and very kind could eventually be the thing that destroys me. You know, that lures me in. Like, I don't really know the story of Hansel and Gretel, but it's giving me that right now. Isn't it like there's like a candy house or something? And they go inside thinking, oh, this looks so sweet and yummy and who wouldn't love to be here? But there was some type of danger there. I don't know, but that's how this is feeling with the Devil, the Seven of Cups. Whenever you have the Devil and the Seven of Cups, this is a heavy emphasis on fear and illusion. It's fear, but it's fear that we have no reason to really be afraid of. It's more illusionary than anything else. It's more in our imagination or in our head than it is anything else. And there is definitely other energy sort of exposing this darkness. But there's a basic mistrust at the core of it. Oh, let me clarify this. Remember we had that waterfall and I said it's like, I think I even said, I don't know if I said it's overflowing emotions, but it's definitely like an emotional release, right? So there is, with this nostalgia place, this is saying that these feelings, that things that are good turn bad or turn toxic, or actually like, you know, this person, you know, really, I'm just going to say mother as an example because it is a queen energy. If they had a mother who, you know, our mothers are supposed to love us. And when our mothers don't show us unconditional love and don't love us like that, they abandon us, they neglect us, they criticize us, they abuse us, then we can have, for kind of the rest of our lives, this kind of basic mistrust of, you know, female figures, that they will, that they're not like that, especially when it's our mother, because no one is supposed to love you the way your mother loves you. And being a mother, I can't even comprehend it, even though it's what I experienced from my own mother. So, but all I can comprehend is being a mother that just loves the shit out of her children completely all the time, you know, no matter what. So I can't, it just makes it even harder to understand how my mom could not be that way, although she was human and she was a product of her environment and her raising as well. So, you know, she wasn't. And, you know, but, you know, I don't want to say I've healed from it, because you don't ever heal from things like that, but you do get better, right? When you work your butt off, and when you are determined not to let your past dictate your present and your future, you move away from that kind of energy. So, but with the nostalgia place, this is all this person has known, is that, you know, people say that they love you, but love is abuse. Love is neglect. Love is abandonment, you know, and so it can't be trusted. It comes with this fear and delusion kind of energy here with the devil and this toxic, you know, energy around this Queen of Cups. It is all illusionary, right? Because just because, you know, like my mom was like that does not mean everyone's mom is like that, or it doesn't mean that every female figure in my life is like that. In fact, literally, I was just texting one of my really good friends about their mom, because their mom needs some prayers right now. And I love their mom and I am close with their mom. So, you know, like, it doesn't mean anything really. It's just, that's that person and that's the role that they played in your life, period. It is time for this person to put the past in the past, and it's an opportunity. I won't say it's time, but it's an opportunity for them to close this cycle of really projecting their past onto their present and to their future. They're at a crossroads and they have an opportunity to choose different. Remember, we started this reading with the Two of Wands in reverse, where they made a choice that they regretted. That choice was based up probably very much on this past fear and illusion that they have. They're coming to this place where they're able to really confront their fear, and they're really able to see where it comes from. And I really relate to this moment right here for this person, because it does, you know, it came for me, you know. And you can choose. It would be very easy, and, you know, both of my siblings chose, you know, to stay the path, and I chose to veer a different direction, and that meant letting go of all of them, and that's fine. Okay, no problem. But this person is coming to their moment, and it's a tough moment. It is a tough moment. I do not want to undervalue it or understate it or anything, because it's probably one of the hardest moments you'll ever face in your life, you know. But you have, with the Ace of Cups, it's providing you the opportunity to finally love yourself, and it's providing you the opportunity to finally have a brand new start in love and the experience of love, okay? And this can be very overwhelming. It can be something that, you know, but this is a choice point. This is this person reaching this crossroads where it's their turn to make a choice. And Pisces, I feel like for some of you, you are I don't want to say it like a beacon of hope, or it's giving me like lighthouse energy. You may have done this for yourself, and now this person is looking to you to be like, okay, well, it's possible. I can do it. Look at Pisces. Pisces is so much better off because they did do it. they have joy, they have freedom. You know, they're not, the devil is a trapped energy. It's a stuck energy. You're chained to lower vibrational tendencies, and it sucks and it hurts repeatedly. And it causes you to do these tower moments. And nobody wants that. Not really. Wow. For some of you, this could be someone that sleeps a lot during the day and is awake at night. Someone that maybe even works the night shift. It can also be someone who goes out when they're least likely to be spotted or seen. They don't make a lot of appearances. They don't do a lot of social things. There's someone that it almost feels like anxiety, or like they're constantly feeling judged or criticized, or they're feeling like if they are out, they have to be perfect, or everyone is looking at them. You know, it may even be someone who doesn't even walk to their mailbox without like getting dressed or ready for it, you know. There's something here. You have the 10 of Eyes with the night owl, and it's just giving me, it's like, I'd rather, you know, kind of fly under the radar, or not really be seen, or not really like even have a role where people are able to look at me and judge whether I'm doing a good job or not. You know, because they will automatically, I will let them down, I will fail, I won't do a good job. You know what I'm saying? Then you have this energy right here, and I'm not even sure what this card is, but it keeps giving me same old song and dance. You know, it's giving me like, you know, like I've been doing this. This is all I know. This is the way that I handle it. This is what I do. You know, this is how I survive this energy. This is my song and dance. You know, this is my, you know, it can be someone who's manipulative. It can be someone, you know, when you think of someone playing you like a violin, you know, or playing people like a violin. I don't even know. Is that a thing? I'm not even sure, but that's what's coming across here. And it's like I resort to my old tactics, you know, when I don't feel like I can be invisible, I resort to my old tactics. And this can also be, it's giving me someone who judges or is very critical of other people and their behavior and their actions. They're always watching other people and kind of criticizing other people in order to maybe even sort of like make themselves feel better, or to sort of cover their own insecurity here. They may also be someone who has developed a certain talent in order to hide an insecurity. Manipulation. Could be a lot of things. I mean, it could even be playing an instrument. They may be revered for a highly accomplished skill. They may even be a performer of some nature. They may even socially perform, you know, like not be genuine, but really wear a mask. They may have a certain persona that they put on. There's a lot with this card, okay? So just take what resonates. Hopefully your intuition is giving you messages as well. On the bottom of the deck, you have this card that is like trees with books. This person either has access to wisdom or knowledge. They may even be scholarly, academic. They may even have, like I said, a special skill or talent. But it's kind of like for someone who's so smart, they're so stupid. You know what I mean? And I don't like the word stupid. I don't use that to describe people. I don't really think that people are stupid. I don't really think anyone is stupid, to be honest with you. I really don't. You know, we are all the way that we are for a reason, and you know, we all have special gifts and frequency and energy to tune into. So, you know, and there are so many dimensions and so many ways and places for us to do that. Like, I may not be the most intelligent person on the planet, but I know I have a pretty high emotional IQ. You know what I mean? So like where my sister was like, you know, magna cum laude, you know, National Honor Society, president of this, captain of that, whatever, and I definitely was not. She has the emotional bandwidth of a flea where like I feel for everyone and everything. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I just don't think that in terms of that, but the way this could even be like esoteric knowledge or emotional IQ, or it can be like anything, but this is really giving me like this person has like almost like right in front of them the ability to get the knowledge that they need in order for to grow, in order for them to like make this change, in order for them to even like see themselves in the mirror. Like the growth is right in front of this person. Like just their ability to see where their opportunities are and to have access to the information that they need, it's available to this person. Jeez. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. This literally says development of affection and creative energy. And I'm over here talking about special skills and stuff like that. You know, there may even be something in this person to where, you know, creativity comes from the seat of our soul. Our imagination comes from the same place as our intuition. Joseph Campbell says this. I love Joseph Campbell. Anyway, you know, sometimes I actually have quite a few friends who are musicians who I've met through my photography business. And there are some of them that play with so much feeling, it literally can move you to tears. Like, I mean, I know some of the best musicians in the entire world. Honestly, I'm not trying to brag, but like that's just the facts of the matter. Because I worked with that caliber of musician when I was a photographer. I was incredibly fortunate. And I've been incredibly fortunate to see some pretty insane performances in my life. Like wow. But the thing is, and I'm just thinking about them, the best, the ones that are my friends, it's like I know them as people, right? But like they are all very intuitive and very, very, very creative and emotional in their play, you know, in their, you know, like I have one of my friends is has to be one of the best trumpet players in the world. He's been on the top of Apple Music quite a few times. And one of my friends is an incredibly good piano player, like, oh my God. And and just, oh my God, it's almost like they're speaking emotionally through their instrument. It's almost like their heart is literally coming out in their notes. It's insane. I mean, and literally they both moved me to tears. Just by playing their instruments. And then I have heard other people who are like good. You know, I've gone to performances at like our venues around Central Florida. And I've heard people play and it's like they're good. I'm sure they're hitting every note and I'm sure they're hitting it in the exact time. And I'm sure they're, you know, everything, but it's almost like robotic. And, you know, it's perfect, but it's like robotic. There's something missing. There's something lacking. And it kind of leaves you feeling like that was amazing. That person's practiced a lot of hours. They put a lot into that. They've really honed that. But there is something missing. And it's giving me that energy right here with this this Page of Cups, where it's like you can see the talent in the person, And you can see the work and the effort that they've sort of almost kind of put into being who they are, or the stance that they've taken, or the way, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen a tree like grow around a wound. It's still standing, it's still doing it, but it's like there's this wound in it that it's learned to grow around. It's like there can even be a reason why they are that way that is completely understandable, but it has taken something from them. It or it has caused them to grow a different way than they would have grown, or I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. To like really put this energy into words. It's just, but it's like it's there, it's always there, you can tell. And it is giving me like an opportunity even for this person to sort of recognize this within themselves and to dismantle this themselves with the Hermit energy. Because it's like the Hermit is this light bulb, and it's like clarifying this kind of like mask energy, or like I got really good at other things, or I practiced, or I fine-tuned this skill, or like maybe I'm a social entertainer and I'm really good at wearing a mask and I can be kind of manipulative to get my way, or whatever. But there is this energy of like, when this person is alone, they have the opportunity to sort of see this and to face this and to realize like the hollow nature of it. The Page of Cups is our most authentic self. And when we are disconnected from our most authentic self, even if even if we're tapping into our creative energy, or our man, I just don't know how to say it. It's hollow. And it's like I can get no relief. I can tap into all these different places within myself. I can have success here and there. I can fake it till I make it, or whatever like that. But like, it's hollow. It's empty. It's lacking something. And this is giving me like Kung Fu Panda energy, where it's like the secret ingredient is inside you. It's always been inside you. You know what I mean? Kind of energy. And it's very interesting that this 10 of Eyes and the Night Owl is being clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. Again, someone that we're talking about here may sleep during the day and work a night shift or something like that. This could have something to do with work, or their work even keeping them awake, or their work even being like allowing them to hide, not have to come out. Maybe they work from home. Maybe they're a perfectionist at work, but it's extremely hard to collaborate when you have this intense energy of feeling like everyone's watching you, and like everyone is criticizing you, or everyone is watching for you to mess up. Because not only you can't control a collaboration, that is with another person, and so that person has free will choices, that person has skills and deficits, that person, so it's like being willing to let someone judge you based on your work with someone else. And if you've ever done a group project in high school or college or anywhere, you know that absolutely sucks, right? Because one person ends up doing all the work and then the other person takes the credit. You know what I mean? But it's really, really hard to be somebody that can share a vision and a plan and actually seriously work together with another person when you're so anxious and you feel so scrutinized and so watched. And I think this person is like, how is this entire approach serving me? You know what I mean? Yeah, I can probably go on like this, but it's hollow, it's empty, it hurts. You know, it's causing me to be disconnected from my most authentic self. It's actually like causing this person to be disconnected from their highest level of achievement across the board in every facet of their life. Some of them I feel like are pretty highly accomplished, because I'm getting highly accomplished energy, but there's something missing. It's very practiced, very robotic. It's not, it doesn't emanate from the soul. All right. Wow. We have the Magician, the 10 of Swords, and this lightning in a bottle energy. And we have the 5 of Wands here. This person is their own blockage. You know, they are the thing that is stopping themselves. And they do have an opportunity, like I said, again, to make progress here, to really face this, to recognize the inauthenticity of the way that they are living, or that is representing the core of their life. No matter what they achieve, no matter what they do, there is this like almost like the soul missing, the heart missing from everything. They have this opportunity to make progress from the 5 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. You have the Magician, the 10 of Swords here. This is someone who can alchemize all of this scrutiny, all of this criticism, all of this, you know, their way of thinking that has led them to this place, and all the words and, you know, criticisms that they've received that brought them to this place. They have the opportunity to transmute it. There is an opportunity definitely for some kind of huge awakening here, and for them to see. Again, do you see the purple? The purple coming through, that purple that we had earlier in the reading too. This is crown chakra energy. There's an opportunity for success, and it's coming through a major awakening and a major aha moment. And I think it's trying to come through in a few different ways. But there is an opportunity to be successful here and to ride out the other side, to progress from this very stuck behavior to this successful behavior. Yeah, wow, holy moly. My goodness. Wow. Oh my God, this energy of this reading is just insane. You have the Strength card, and this is us with us here. This is us overcoming our lower vibrational tendencies to have success, to turn the tide, to experience something different. It's us really facing our blockage and being very real about it, and being like, this is me with me. I gotta get out of my own way. I have to complete this cycle and let go of these really toxic thoughts that are driving these behaviors, that are preventing me from being able to be my authentic self and be true to who I am and protect who I am by saying, you know, we can totally accept the truth of who we are when we don't give a shit about what anybody thinks about it. You know, I mean, that's where I've had to come in my life. Is, you know, that is the most freeing thing in the entire world, when you finally are like, yeah, I don't care, you know. And it makes you a lot less judgmental as a person as well, because you don't care if people are judging you, and you realize that your judgment of other people is meaningless, and so why do it? It's a reflection of you with you, not them. So there's this energy here of somebody who has the opportunity to face the truth about themselves and their true authenticity, and they can add that soul and that heart to their life. They can actually show up for a relationship. They can collaborate. They can truthfully share a vision and a plan, because they're not so worried about the scrutiny of other people that they fear the outcome that they can't control. That they just say, screw it, I don't care what people think. I don't care how people judge me. I'm overcoming this lower vibrational tendency that has, you know, kept me blocked from what I truly want and desire. And I am the one who says whether I'm doing a good job. I am the one who says, you know, this is good or this is bad. With the Queen of Swords here, clarifying this Ten of Swords energy, this is where I have clarity and I have discernment. I have finally figured out that trying to please everyone else left me very unpleased, left me very hollow and very robotic. And maybe I was accomplished, but I was accomplished through manipulation and through tactics that, you know, I know kind of make me not a good person, that take me away from my true loving self. And if I want to have any chance at having something different in my life or having a different experience in my life, this is my time to take the wheel. This is my time to say, okay, I'm going to make a different choice. I'm going to have a different outcome. I'm going to go into a different cycle here. I'm letting something go. I'm letting the change take over. I'm letting the change take place. And this is this energy that's buried underneath here. This gratitude, this freedom, and this joy. Wow. Okay, let me get you guys some messages here as we close the reading out. Someone's got an opportunity to get courageous here. You know, will they or not? I'm not sure. You have a lot of tens here, so there's definitely a completion of a cycle. You do have a lot of cards talking about awakening, which is saying that, you know, either way, they're getting some kind of awakening that is showing them that there is a different way and is providing them a different opportunity and is illuminating to them why they are miserable in their life right now. If you're dealing with a water sign, I am working on myself. Regrets, twin flames. I am overcoming my fears. Well, that's a good sign. Be patient with me, please. And resentment. If you're dealing with a fire sign, that strength card at the end of this reading is just a huge beacon of hope. You are the only one who truly gets me. I can't stop thinking of you. I want your attention. We will be together again. And you changed my whole direction. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you have passion. You have I can't walk away. I want to talk to you. Old flames. And doubting. If you're dealing with an air sign, I am overthinking everything. I won't let you go. Angry, honest. You give me so much to look forward to. I am sending you telepathic messages. I regret how I handled things before, and I just need more time. All right, guys, I don't know. Someone's trying to connect with their soul or their heart, you know? It's like I'm feeling this, like, frozen energy that's, like, getting warmer, you know? And it's like, am I going to face this or am I going to, like, freeze again? We'll see. All right. This is what I have for you. I really hope it helps. I hope it brought you guys some peace and some clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from you all. Until next time, I'm going to send you off with all my very best. Always, 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 always. All right. Bye-bye.